chopped it and took it out, so it's still cooking.
What's good, good people? Thanks for joining us today on the Vulcan Soapbox. We've got a very inspiring panel today, very diverse perspectives. We're going to have a great time today. So we're going to be doing this one a little bit different. I'll be helping to carry the conversation. We always, amongst ourselves in the Vulcan Soapbox, paint it as like Joe Rogan and Jamie. So I'm going to be more Joe Rogan in the conversation today. And Eno's going to be more of Jamie. So I would be one helping to moderate the conversation just because we got so many people and we got a lot to cover. So excited today. We got a lot of good topics to get into. And I want to give everybody a chance to kind of introduce themselves a little bit so we can start with you, man, on the street. You're on mute right now.
I'm the man on the street. Hey, I'm on YouTube channel, The Man on the Street Show in the background. Make sure you check me out. Hey, just happy to be here, man. Thank you all. Thank you all, my brothers.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Cola, what you got? You need more time? What you got?
I stay ready. I stay ready.
There we go. See your reason.
I'm here tonight, enjoying the scene. You know, got a new app coming out, Audit Vault AI coming out. Y'all gonna check me out?
That's what's up. T Reason.
Hey, what's going on? I see we got a stack house tonight. We got a full panel. We got some good topics, so hopefully we can get through everything. With how many voices gotta get on the mic? So, yeah.
Yes, sir. Dave.
Yeah, I'm muted. See, I wanted to be just like Man on the Street, so just call me Dane on the street now, I guess. But no, I'm Dane Snyder, and I'm happy, and profoundly shocked to be called back to this podcast. I got a YouTube channel. I'm on Facebook. I got Rumble, Dane Snyder, and some numbers behind it. But trust me, there ain't but one Dane in the world. And again, I'm happy to be here. And I'm glad there's more people here this time. So T-Reason I have other people to abuse on screen.
All right, Aki, what's the deal?
Well, you know, it is actually my show night, and I'm not doing my show because I'm on this show. But I'm going to go ahead and do my intro. Welcome back to Good and Crazy News in the Vulcan Soapbox, y'all. It's your boy, Aki, and I'm back with another episode.
Yes, sir. Everybody out there, check it out. And then Wade, first time on the show. Excited to have you on.
First time. I'm pretty happy to be here. Yeah, I'm looking forward to it. It's going to be a fun night.
All right. So we're going to go ahead and get into it. The first topic we're going to be talking about, it just hot off the presses, just found out about it yesterday. So Kanye has issued an apology. In this apology, he apologized to the Little Hat community, the Jewish community, however you want to people say it, depending upon the social media platform you're on. And he also apologized to the Black community. And so, if you put the question up there, if you're not familiar with what's going on, then you don't have to participate in this part right here. But for those who do, the question is, do you believe the Black community is owed an apology from Kanye? And we're just going to do it, starting with the man on the street and then working our way down to Cola, all the way down to Wade. So we'll start off with the man on the street, and everybody can just answer, because we're going to get into the conversation, but just starting it off, do you believe the Black community is owed an apology? Give yes or no, and then we're going to move on to the next person. So man on the street, what you got?
That's kind of a tricky question. I don't think he owes an apology. I think that the way that he went about the situation has a lot of people that, like not myself, concerned. Is it an apology, or is it because he got an album coming out?
Got you. Okay, Cola, what you got?
It's Kanye. He crazy. He's not a representation, but he's there. He's relevant in so many ways. He's crazy.
So do you think that he owes the Black community an apology? Yes or no?
I'm gonna go with no.
Okay. T-Reason, what about you?
I'm gonna say yes.
Okay, and then Dane, what about yourself? You're on mute, Dane.
Man, look, usually I can use being old as an excuse, but I see tonight I'm gonna have to find some other excuse. But I will find one because I'm good at excuses. No, I don't think anybody owes any community of any different ethnicity an apology, because I don't believe that this collective ethnicity consciousness is a thing.
Okay. And then Aki, what about yourself?
No.
Okay. And then Wade?
I have no idea what Kanye did or didn't do. I don't pay attention to Kanye.
All right, cool. Sounds good. Okay, so we'll start it off. We got T Reason. Since you're the one who says that he does, go ahead and take a minute or two and explain why he does.
All right, so in light of recent Kanye statements, he's done a lot of things, and I feel as though if he feels those statements he did required an apology, then he should apologize. I think that he made a lot of statements that impacted large communities, and I think that he's probably received backlash from those statements, and because of that backlash he's received, he feels so inclined to apologize. So if he felt the need to apologize, obviously he's already given it the consideration and the well-being to say, this is something I need to apologize for XYZ. And only Kanye can tell us what those reasons are. We can sit here and debate them all we want to, but Kanye has already evaluated himself and comes to the conclusion he needs to make an apology.
Okay, does anybody believe they know what the comments are in question that may or may not need to be apologized for? Anybody feel comfortable being able to share that? Well, the one that I'm aware of, and I don't know if anybody has anything else, let me know, but he made a comment, I think it was on TMZ for a while, that he said slavery was a choice. A lot of people took offense to him saying slavery was a choice.
Well, there was a lot of stuff too, Vulcan, like back during all the campaign and stuff, he and Candace Owens, they were some event walking around with a t-shirt. So on the back of it said, White Lives Matter.
White Lives Matter, yeah.
Just, just to stir up controversy and get offense, and it worked.
Cool. So yeah, so T Reason's laid out why he believes that he should apologize. And then Aki, we'll go to you. What do you have to say about the Kanye situation?
We don't care about what Kanye has to say because he's been standing on his fake business for a long time, running around here being like Nicki Minaj and everybody else, doing all the nonsense and crazy bullshit he want to say 24/7. Now that the backlash is coming around and this black card finally being 100% being fully snatched away from his ass, now he want to come around and talk about, I'm sorry, black folk. But guess what? He really didn't even apologize to us. If you read the statement, what he made in the New York Post or the Washington Post or whatever it was, he apologized to the Jews. He didn't apologize to us, the Jewish community people.
Yeah, I read his statement. He basically said that he let us down. He said that he let the black community down because of, I guess, his frontal lobe was out. And that's why I say it's a double-edged sword. Did he really apologize? We don't know because he got a album coming out. But my thing is, why now? Why would you say it now when you could have said it way before? And you could have put out two different statements. You could have put out a statement towards the Jewish community that you offended, and then put out another statement later on. It seemed though that he combined both together so he could get this notoriety before his album come out. That's how I see. And go back to what you asked me first on Vulcan. Do you owe us an apology? No, nobody owes anybody an apology. But we see what you're doing and we're reacting by what you said earlier. And a lot of my friends are saying to hell with it.
Yeah, so a lot of people that are looking at it like there's no coming back from it. Is that the sentiment that people are generally getting, is that there's no coming back from it? I think that's kind of similar with Aki echoed.
He might as well be Juicy Smoulier, because Juicy Smoulier went down there and sat down with somebody the other day in an interview over, I think it was the Shannon Sharp show or one of them guys, and the video only has like 30,000 views and everybody else has millions of views on the channel. So we don't want Kanye. We don't want him back. Kanye can go sit down and can continue to be MAGA over there with Nicki Minaj and Byron Donaldson and Omarosa and all of those people over there, and go away. Bye.
And Cola, what about for yourself?
I pretty much have the same standpoint. He does not represent us. He don't need to apologize. We let him go a long time ago.
Gotcha. Dane?
Oh, see there, I remember to unmute. Man, look, since way back in the 90s when I came into my manhood, I was baffled at the way that our culture looks to entertainers. Just cause they can sing a tune, play an instrument, and athletes catch a ball, throw a ball, whatever, somehow or another we look to them as if they're some sort of social leaders. And a lot of times these folks can't even keep their own life together. So with that being the case, I don't really think that any of those celebrity types, Kanye or anybody, is really that important to society's day-to-day life and how we run our lives and our society. I mean, they're entertainers. A few centuries ago, towns wouldn't even let the theater and the entertainers come into town. They had to camp outside of town And if you want to see their shows, you had to go outside of town because those people were such trashy, lowbrow, low moral people. The good folks didn't even want them in the town as neighbors or even guests. They had to camp outside of town, and you go out there to their show. And ain't nothing changed for the most part with entertainment people. They're really not very moral people. Most all of them, with a rare exception, are degenerates. So why we look to them and really give a flip what they say, whether it agrees with us or not? That's my place.
Okay,
and then push back on that. I want to push back on that a little bit because back in the 60s, we had people like Aretha Franklin and all these other entertainers that were actually standing up for Black culture and was using Martin Luther King was using them. The list goes on and on. Pam Grier, the list goes on and on, that people were in the entertainment industry that did used to do that. But I do agree that today you don't see white entertainers out there, with the exception of people like Dolly Parton and whatnot, actually standing up for what they believe. I mean, but being what we're going through right now with Mr. Petty getting M in Minneapolis, a lot of white celebrities are starting to speak up now. So I don't know. I mean, we don't want to call all of them degenerates just because they don't speak up, but we will. I can say this, that a lot of them are looking for the Jackie Robinson moment, you know, where Black people sold out Jackie Robinson sold himself out to the Major League MLB for a check and destroyed the Negro League at the same time. That's the moment that they're looking for that they're never going to get.
So real quick,
if I could,
hold on real quick. I think man on the street.
I'm sorry.
You would go man on the street, or
yeah, I just want to push back on what he just said about the celebrities. Yeah, the celebrities, they might spoken up, but what I read and what Brother Malcolm said, we are the only community that we run to the athletes, the musicians, to speak on the Black movement. No other race does that. They don't go to Dolly Parton and say, hey, what about the white race? Or they don't go to a Jewish person and say, what about the Jewish race? They only seem to focus on people of color, like in the entertainment building, in the entertainment business, to speak on Black culture. So that's what I'm just going to push back. I agree with what you're saying, though. I totally agree.
If I could just say one thing to what the point of what you're saying, you keep saying they is the problem, is the they. It's not us that's doing it. It's not us going to Ice Cube and saying, what do you think? We're not doing that. It's the they that's doing it. The Vlads of the world that's doing that. That's running stuff around here. It's the Leo Cohens, the Leo Cohens, and those type of people like that are the ones that are doing this to our community. We would never put Kanye West in front of us, but it's the they that's doing that.
Okay, now Dane, you want to cover? Go ahead, Dane.
If I could just clarify, I mean, I get what you're saying. Aki, is that what you go by, man?
Yes.
Okay, good. I get what you're saying, but I think you maybe misunderstood what I said, because I didn't say there was anything wrong with entertainers or any kind of athletes, celebrities, and those people speaking what they want to speak and standing up for what they believe. What I said is basically what man on the street up here has also said, and that is, I don't understand why the people on the streets look to them as some sort of a nobility or some sort of moral guidance. I got two words for you when it comes to, and I didn't say all of them, I said with a rare exception, but most of them, P. Diddy. Ain't no party like a Diddy party. That tells you everything you need to know right there. So that's what I'm saying. I don't understand why people look to them since they're rich and famous, and we think they have wisdom, and we think they have something besides being a clown to make us laugh or whatever to contribute to us.
So real quickly, I think that was really good covering people's adoration of celebrities and things of that nature and what goes on with that. Real quickly, before we move on to the next topic, we probably won't be on this topic more than 5 more minutes, but I just want to ask this question. Does anybody have anything specific that they believe that Kanye did wrong to the Black community specifically? Does anybody know of anything or have anything, just for the audience out there, if they're not familiar with it or if they haven't heard a particular spin on it? Aki, T-Reason, Cola, Wade, Dang, not Wade.
The main thing that Kanye did wrong was introduce Nick Fuentes to the world.
I agree with that one.
All right. Does anybody disagree with Aki on that point? Okay, we don't got. Okay, Dane, you're on mute. Still on mute. The mute button is not going down without a fight. It's like that fly you hitting with that newspaper and it's just not dying.
Yeah. I agree with the
I
comment.
promise y'all that don't know me. Yeah, I really am smarter than this. I'm smarter than this, but I was a public school graduate. That's all I'm saying. But no, as far as Fuentes goes, I didn't even know who that guy was until people on YouTube started saying that he shouldn't be on YouTube. This was back when he was banned. When people started on YouTube talking about it, I was like, well, who's this dude? I mean, it amazes me how so many people that hate Nick Fuentes because of the stuff he says, they give him shelf space in their streams and stuff like that to try to tell people that he don't need to be, saying what he's saying or getting followers or views or whatever. And then they just end up promoting him and more people go check it out. I don't care about it one way or another. Me personally, I think it doesn't bother me. It doesn't matter how much I get offended at what someone says. They still have a right to say it. Even if I don't like it, I take that Voltaire stance that I may disagree with what you say, but I'll give my life defending your right to say it. But it just blows my mind how many people say, oh, that dude, he's crazy. He's a supremacist. He's bad he shouldn't be on the air, on platforms or whatever. And in doing that, they tell more people about him and he keeps growing. It just seems a little ironical to me.
Well, I think the problem with this is the part that I think you're missing is that nobody even cared about who Nick Fuentes was until Kanye brought Nick Fuentes to Mar-a-Lago to meet with Donald Trump. And then the reputation of Kanye West blew up Nick Fuentes.
Yeah, I could agree with that. I mean, I could agree with that, I suppose, because that must have been before I ever heard about him on other platforms. But what I'm saying is that, like with Kanye, this dude's a billionaire and all that kind of stuff. And it's easy to shoot somebody who's up out of the trenches and vulnerable. But I'm talking about us as individuals, me, you, other streamers online. We're doing effectively the same thing that Kanye did at Mar-a-Lago that I wasn't even aware of. We're doing the same thing when we continue talking about him on live and making videos about it. So Kanye took him, I guess, to Mar-a-Lago and said, here's this dude. He's a good dude. Okay. We're taking him to our view. We're saying, here's this dude. He's a bad dude. But both of them are advancing Nick Fuentes' viewership, his message, getting more people listen to him. I don't know why, if he's that bad of a dude, folks don't just shut up about him and just let him fizzle out if he's going to fizzle out. And if he doesn't fizzle out, they don't go towards him and engage with the things he's saying and make moral and logical arguments to defeat whatever it is he's saying.
Well, let me jump in real quick here. Do we have any comments? We can move on. We do have comments?
Yes, sir.
All right, let's get these comments going.
Shout out to Later said, showing some love. It said, what's good? My boy Hit the Bear said slavery was a choice. That's what he said.
All right, cool. So we can get into the next question. That was a good warm-up question right there.